Hello everyone and welcome to Back to Basics Live. I am your coach and workout partner Nitish Balal, and I have with me today Simranjeet, who's going to join us to show you all the beginner variations of the workout. It's a brand new week, so we're going to get started with a lower body workout today. There are going to be some interesting movements while it is going to stay simple so that all of you can do. Don't worry, we're going to get you covered. I'll also show you the intermediate and advanced version, and Simran will show you the beginner version. But before we get started, make sure you have your lifestyle score handy, have a yoga mat, a pair of dumbbells, hand towel, and a water bottle to get you started. Alright, without further ado, let's get straight into the warm-up. The first movement is what we call an air squat. Now, intermediates and advanced athletes, you'll do the air squat. Beginners, you'll do the box squat. Few things that are very simple: keep your feet as wide as your shoulders, toes pointed slightly outside. From there, push your hips back, go down into a squat, and then stand back up. Right? Notice Simran how he's basically sitting on a chair or a surface to stand up, and you're going to do 10 reps of this. Let's go. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Alright. Next movement is what we call a bird dog. For this, you're going to get down into a quadruped position. Palms under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Now, intermediates and advanced athletes, you will basically use both your arm and leg, opposite arm and opposite leg extended completely. Beginners, notice Simran how he's only taking his leg back and then come back to the starting position. Right? This we are going to be doing alternating arms and legs. In case of beginners, only legs. We'll do 10 reps each side. I just finished one. I'm going to do 9 more. Alright, let's go. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 10. Alright, that was one set of our warm-up. We repeat this for one more set. Alright, again, feet as wide as our shoulders. Simran is going to do it the box squat. Let's go, 10 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Alright, time for the bird dog for one last time. Okay, get down on your knees. Let's get going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 10. Alright, that brings us to the end of the warm-up. Let's quickly also get done with the mobility. Then we'll take a short break to have some water before we get started with the workout. Okay, so the first movement is going to be what we call the downward dog to cobra. Simran, just turn around. Yeah. So, both beginners and intermediates can do the same movement. Very simple. Start from the high plank. Raise your hips up. Get the heels down on the floor. This basically is your downward dog. You want to keep your knees locked, arms next to your ears. From there, keep your toes and your palms at the same place. Drop your hips forward and down and get into a cobra. We'll do this for 60 seconds. Let's get going. Downward dog. Cobra. Keep moving. Downward dog. Cobra. Downward dog. Cobra. Downward dog. Cobra. Downward dog. Cobra. Alright. 25 seconds more. Last 15 seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Alright. That was our downward dog to cobra. So the next movement is what we call the 90-90 lean overs. So beginners follow me, intermediates and advanced athletes follow me. Beginners watch Simran. So basically, you're going to sit down on the mat so that the knees are on the floor at a 90-degree angle, right? See, in Simran as well and me, both of us have kept the knees at 90 degrees. Now, whichever knee is at the side, I'm going to point my torso towards that side. Intermediates and advanced. Beginners, keep looking forward. Hands behind your hips. Now, what beginners are basically going to do, you're going to switch your knees, and mind you, his toes and heels are not coming off the floor. He's only raising his knees, switching and coming to the opposite side. And then repeat the same on the other side. Right? Intermediates, what you're going to do is once your knees drop down to the side, you're going to lean forward, try and get your forehead down to the floor, get back up, switch, and repeat the same thing on the other side. And we repeat this for 60 seconds once again. Beginners follow what Simran is doing, intermediates follow what I am doing. Let's go. Switch, lean forward, switch, lean forward. As simple as that. You feel a great stretch in your glutes, hips, lean forwards, lean forwards. I specifically love this stretch. It kind of helps us activate both our groin as well as our glutes, adductors and abductors both at the same time. Right? 20 more seconds. Last 10. And 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Alright, that brings us to the end of our warm-up and mobility. We'll quickly grab a sip of water, wipe that sweat off, and then we'll be back on the mat to look at the movements of today. Keep yourself hydrated. We can't stress this enough, but keep yourself hydrated as much as possible. We all like to break a sweat, but seldom do we realize that breaking a sweat is equivalent to losing water from your body. Unless you replenish it, you're just inviting cramps and a lot of electrolyte imbalance. So try and make sure that you keep yourself hydrated in between the workout. You might not need a gulp of water, but keep taking small sips whenever you feel thirsty. Alright? Okay, time for the movements now. So the first movement that we'll be doing as a part of today's workout is basically what we call the sumo squat. So what I'll do is I'll basically show the beginner variation. The movement is absolutely same. Intermediates and advanced are going to use the dumbbells. Beginners are not going to use a dumbbell. The first movement is a sumo squat. For this, you're going to get your feet wider than your shoulders. Watch Simran. Excellent. Okay. Now in this position, you'll point your toes slightly outside. If you notice Simran, the toes are pointed slightly outside. And from here, all you have to do is push your hips back, go down into a squat, and then come back up. Now, what is the movement exactly, Simran? Can you take 2 steps back? And try and mimic that you're trying to sit down on the bench and come back up. Okay? 2 reps. Go down. So he touches the bench, comes back up. Again, 1 more. Touches the bench, comes back up. Now come to the mat and repeat the same for 3 reps. Beginners, this is exactly what you're going to do. Notice how his knees are in line with his toes. Keep going. How his back is straight. He pushes his hips back and comes back up. Right? If you can go below your knees, brilliant. But if not, push as far as your body can actually allow you to. Okay, Simran can rest. Now, intermediates, same thing. You're going to hold a dumbbell in your arms, in between your feet wider than your shoulders, toes pointed outside, and repeat the same thing. Go down, come back up. Go down, come back up. Go down, come back up. Okay? If someone is an advanced athlete, somebody feels that you're an advanced athlete, grab 2 dumbbells, hold it again in between your feet, go down, come back up. Go down, come back up. Alright? That is going to be our first movement. Okay? Now, for the second movement, I'm going to have Simran demo the beginner version. Lie down on your mat. So you're basically going to lie down. You're going to keep your knees bent such that your calves and your hamstrings are barely touching each other. Right? In this position, beginners, both your heels are going to be on the floor. Palms are going to be on the floor. Press your palms, press your heels, raise your hips up as high as you can. Can you get them slightly more? And go back down. Give me 5 reps. Hips go up, squeeze your bum, and then hips go down. Hips go up, squeeze your bum, hips go down. Alright? That is something a beginner is going to do. Intermediates, what you are going to do is, you are basically going to be doing a single leg glute bridge. Now, there are multiple ways in which you can do a single leg glute bridge. Lie down on your mat. Again, calves barely touching your ankles. You can either get the ankle on the opposite knee so that only one foot is on the floor. Do the glute bridges. Right? If this is something that is way too easy, you can keep your leg up in the air. It just requires more balance. So you're going to do the same thing. Try about 3 reps each side. Advanced athletes, if you feel single leg glute bridge is way too easy without any weight, what you can do is grab a dumbbell, place them on your hips, and either keep the knee on the ankle, ankle on the knee, or keep them in the air. Go ahead, 1, 2, 3, and then repeat the same on the opposites. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so that is going to be our second movement. Simple, right? Sumo squats, single leg glute bridges. Now, what is the workout? We are going to be doing 5 sets. We'll start a new set every 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Your scores is going to decide, your lifestyle score is going to decide how many reps you're going to do. So, what was your lifestyle score yesterday? My score was 81. Simran was at 85. Simran is going to stick to 15 reps of all the movements. He's going to do 15 sumo squats. He's going to do 15 single leg glute bridges on. So he's not doing single leg glute bridges. He's doing regular glute bridges. So he's going to do 15 sumo squats and 15 glute bridges. I, on the other hand, because I was 81, I'm going to try and do the version where I'll do 12 reps. I'll do 12 sumo squats because I plan to go a little heavier, and I'll also do 12 single leg glute bridges each side. Simran is going to get a little more rest, but that's fine because that is exactly what a beginner would need. Not that I'm saying Simran is a beginner, but everybody who's a beginner who's doing it, you will need some more rest. So make the best of it and you will survive for all the 5 sets. Alright, so 9, 12 or 15 reps. Somebody whose score is less than 60, you'll do 9 reps of all the movements, right? I hope you guys know what movement you're doing. Dumbbell sumo squat and single leg glute bridges. Beginners, sumo squat body weight, glute bridge is also going to be body weight. Okay, we'll start in the next 1 minute. Let's grab a last sip of water before we get started. Mind you, lower body workouts actually work wonders if you do them right. So don't try and get them done fast. Focus on doing it right. Focus on the form. I'll give you one tip on every set to focus on so that you can maximize the impact of the movement. So for the first set, all I want you to do is focus on pressing your heels down to the floor as hard as you can, both on the sumo squat and on the glute bridges. Simple as that. Heels should be on the floor. Press the heel when you go down as well as when you come up. On the glute bridge as well, press the heel when you raise your hip up and get it back up. Alright? Okay, 10 seconds. Let's get ready. I'm going to grab my dumbbells. Simran is doing it body weight. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. That's 12 for me. And it's time for the single leg glute bridges for me. Simran, however, is going to go ahead and get started with the glute bridges. All right. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. And we go ahead and start on the opposite leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and that's my first set. Trust me, it looks very easy on paper, and I'm sure you also can feel it by now. When you hear about it, it feels like, okay, not a big deal. At the moment you finish one set and you can feel that blood pumping into your hamstring, your glutes, your quads, especially your groins, whenever you do the sumo squat, it's not going to be easy. And I can easily see my heart rate going up, feeling breathless. We have about 90 seconds before we get started with the second set. So Simran is going to basically also alternate every set and use one dumbbell probably, just so that, say, a lot of beginners also might feel like, okay, body weight is very comfortable, and if you want to go ahead and try, say, one dumbbell for a set, see how he's going to use it. Every alternate set he's going to use a dumbbell. You might feel tired, so the next set again, don't use the dumbbell, go for body weight. Right? So every second and fourth set, Simran is going to be using the dumbbells for both the movements, for the dumbbell sumo squat and dumbbell glute bridges. It's not going to be single leg, it's going to be regular ones, but he's going to be using the dumbbell. Right? So if you feel like, I want to try and push myself a little more harder, go ahead and give it a shot. Alright, 30 seconds. Okay, 15 more seconds to go. I think let's get ready. Feels like we need a lot of mental prep to start the sumo squats. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's for me. Simran's going to go ahead and do 3 more reps because he's going to finish 15. So think of it this way. Every time your lifestyle score is above 80, you've earned the right to push harder. Right? We all want to push harder without focusing on our recovery. So here's a clear-cut indication for you. When can you push harder or when can you slow down a bit? Okay. Notice how Simran is keeping a dumbbell on his hips and is doing the double leg glute bridges while I am going to be continuing with the single leg ones. Again, the only focus is press the heels hard down to the floor. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. And then moving on to the opposite side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right. Again, 90 seconds left. So, very good 2 sets. We got started with a real good set on the dumbbell sumo squats. I can already start feeling my groin now. Okay, while we focused on pressing the heel down to the floor as hard as we could for the first 2 sets, the next 2 sets is also going to be, we still continue doing that, press the heels down to the floor, but we are also going to focus on breathing properly when we are doing this movement. And the breathing is very simple. Every time you go down, inhale. Every time you come up, exhale. Go down, inhale, come up, exhale. Same thing on the glute bridges. When your hips go down, inhale, go ahead. Right? When you raise your hips up, exhale. When you lower the hips, inhale. Exhale, inhale. As simple as that. I know this might look simple, but when you start doing, a lot of people do it reverse. So which is why I'm going to give you a cue when we actually do the movement as to how should your breathing look like. Alright? Okay. We've got about 30 seconds before we start with our third set. And like I said, Simran is going to now do a body weight version because this is going to be the third set. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 2, inhale while you go down, exhale while you come up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, squeeze your bum when you come up. 9, 10, 11, and 12. Alright, time for the glute bridges now. Again the same thing, inhale while you go down, exhale while you come up. Exhale while you go up, inhale while you come down. 8, 9, squeeze your bum at the top. 10, 11, and 12. Opposite leg. 1, 2. Don't forget to press your heel. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Alright. That was our third set. Okay. We have about 90 seconds, in fact about 100 seconds left. Walk up and down your mat. You're just going to repeat the same thing on this set as well. Focus on pressing the heels and focus on inhaling when you go down, exhaling when you come up. Alright. I specifically love the lower body workouts. A lot of people feel that it's extremely painful. Agreed, it is painful, but because you're practically training half your body actually burns a lot of calories. You look at the quads, look at the hamstrings, it is a muscle that is actually covering the longest bone in your body. I know that every one of you must be knowing and be aware of the fact that femur is the longest bone you'll find in your body. And imagine the amount of muscle covering it and using all that muscle for just one movement, how effective it could be. So all those who are looking to lose weight or get toned up, focus on your lower body workouts, right? Okay, 20 more seconds. Oh, somehow I feel like even 3 minutes 30 seconds is less for this workout today. And it's the fourth set, so Simran is going to be using a dumbbell. And we begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Press the heel. One more. And that's 12 reps for. Alright. And it's time for the single leg glute bridges now. Alright. Let's get going. That's 4. And that's 12 reps. My God, the sheer amount of pump in the hamstring, crazy. And then people call deadlifts, stiff leg deadlifts, good mornings to be hard. I'm sure they've never done the glute bridges correctly. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right. 4 sets done. We have about 95 seconds to be exact. And on the last set, while we focus on everything that we've been doing till now, pressing the heel down to the floor, inhaling and exhaling properly, we are also going to focus on keeping our core tight. Right? It's just going to increase the effectiveness of the movement. I like to do it in the last set only because by the time you've kind of figured everything out, that is when you are in a position to appreciate engagement of the core really well. So I don't try and tell you how to squeeze your core during a movement in your first set. Try and use it in the last set. Around 30 more seconds. Also, if you notice, we are always constantly walking in between our sets. It's not something that we love to do. Given a choice, we would just sit down in one place. But walking really helps only because it helps you get some blood into the muscles. And on that note, it's just 3, 2, 1, and time for our last set. Let's go. 1. Press your heel. 3. Inhale while you go down. 4. Exhale while you come up. Keep your core tight. Halfway there. And 4. 3. 2 and 1. All right. Time for our last set on the single leg glute bridges. Oh, I dread doing these right now. I can already feel that pump in my hamstring, and I know what this last set is going to do to our body. All right. Okay, let's do it one last time. 1, 2, again, try and keep your core tight. 3, press the heel down to the floor. 4. Exhale while you come up. Inhale while you go down. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Alright, last 12 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and that's 12. All right, that brings us to the end of our part A of today's workout and the end of our lower body for today. Trust me, whenever you stick to the basics and do fundamental movements like these and then trying to perfect them, it can't be more effective than this. Have your water, and then we're going to get started with the next part pretty soon. While we rest, let's also talk about the challenges. Challenges are an extremely important part of our program, right? As much as we try and work out every single day, rather than pushing ourselves extremely hard, at Back to Basics, we focus on making working out a habit, right? Can you show up on the mat every single day, even if it means you just do 2 sets and not the entire 5? Even if it means do just 6 reps and not 12. But can you show up on the mat every day? Can you get your body into a state where it feels weird if you don't work out, right? So that is again why we give you challenges on a weekly basis, so that you can build habits that will actually help you improve your overall lifestyle. So as a part of the challenge, we have 3 challenges every week, or say every day for that matter, and on a weekly basis the challenges kind of keep changing. So you'll have an activity challenge where you'll be basically completing a certain number of steps. You will have a nutrition challenge again where you'll try and build a habit around healthy eating, and then the third challenge will either be a sleep challenge, hydration challenge, or an energy level challenge. Just head over to the challenges tab on the app, check out the challenges and try and follow them, complete them on a daily basis, and you'll see your lifestyle score improving, which is eventually going to just help you live healthier for longer. Okay, so now that we've discussed the challenges, and the time is also almost done, and we can get started with the next part of the workout. So we've got 2 movements as a part of the next part, which is part B. We are doing some accessory. The first movement is called a reverse Nordic curl, but I'm going to first show you the beginner version of it, right? In the beginner version, all you have to do is you're going to sit down on your ankles. No, do the regular hand. Okay. And from there, come back. So notice how he is trying to keep his hips as straight as possible. He is not letting his body lean, and go back and sit down on his hips and then come back up. Right? As simple as that. All you have to do is go down, sit down on your ankles, come back up. When you come up, you're just trying to squeeze your bum. Can you do me 3 more reps? Alright. 1 more. Beginners, this is what you're going to do. We call this kneeling to Vajrasana. Basically, you're sitting down in Vajrasana. From there, you come up to the kneeling position. Simran, you can take a break. The second, or the intermediate or advanced version, is basically what we call the reverse Nordic curl. Now, I'm going to show you exactly how a reverse Nordic curl works, and then I'm going to help you with a variation if you find it extremely challenging. Okay? So you're going to stay tall on your knees, ankles down and bent. From here, first keep your bum squeezed in. Okay? This is going to make sure that your hips don't flex at any point of time. From here, you want to go back as low as you can, and then come back up. Right? Notice how my hips don't bend at all. I am not doing this at any point of time. Hips are always locked. I go back as far as I can to a point that I can actually grab my heels, come back up. Okay? Now, a lot of people might find this challenging and you don't know how far low do you want to go. Simran is going to help you show that. So, Basically stand just in front of a surface. It could be a couch, it could be a stool, it could be a chair, anything. Get your ankles touch that, go back. As soon as your back touches the surface, come back. Go back down, touch the surface, come back. Same thing, as I said, keep your hips locked. Intermediates, you can actually try this. This movement is one of the best movements you'll ever find to strengthen your knees. Okay? Go ahead and try 5 reps of the beginner, intermediate or advanced version, whichever you feel is the right one for you. Right? Trust me, getting the job done is more important than doing the advanced version. Looks like it's pretty evident that I'm doing a lower body workout. Every now and then I have to go and clean my earphones just so that it doesn't fall off. That much sweat is what I am actually having today. Okay, that was our first movement. Now for the second movement, we are doing something called a hollow hold. Right? Now Simran is going to help us demo the hollow hold, which is actually the advanced version. Right? So, very simple. All you have to do is notice how he is lying down on the floor. Arms are pointed back, feet are pointed forward. Join your feet together. Toes are pointing forwards. From here, he's just going to get into an active hold and hollow. Notice how his knees are locked, lower back is touching the floor, arms are pointed up and he's in one straight line. Now, if I try and press his ankles down, they don't go down. His body comes up, right? And similarly, if I try and press his arms down, his legs come up. That's basically what your hollow hold is. And relax. This might be supremely challenging for beginners. So what we are going to do is called a tuck hold. What is a tuck hold? You're going to just pull your knees towards your chest, toes are pointed forwards, and both your palms are pointing towards your toes. Can you see his palm just in front of his toe? This is what your tuck hold is. Again, lower back is in contact with the floor, and you're basically crunching and holding this position. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relaxing. Right? Beginner version is tuck hold, hollow hold you just saw. I'm going to show you for intermediates as to how can you slowly build yourself up to a hollow hold, because tuck hold might be pretty easy for a intermediate, right? So for an intermediate, what you're going to do is you're going to first get into a tuck hold, right? Point your toes forward, point your fingers towards your toes, knees are as close to your chest as possible, and from here just get one leg outside such that your knee is just outside your toe. Hold this. This is more difficult than a tuck hold, but it is easier than a hollow, right? This is going to be what we call a single leg hollow hold. Intermediates, you're going to do this. Every alternate set, you can basically switch legs as well, or within a same set, forever, whatever time you're holding it, you can split equally. Alright? And the hollow hold is basically nothing but get into a nice good position, rock slow. Toes pointed forward, arms pointed up. Alright? Okay, so now for the workout, we are going to be doing 3 sets. We'll start a new set every 3 minutes. So it's going to be a total of 9 minutes, and we'll do 15 reverse Nordic curls. Beginners, you're going to be doing the kneeling to Vajrasan. Intermediates, use a support for you to have a cue as to when to stop. Advanced athletes can actually do the reverse Nordic curl. 15 reps of those. Hollow hold, single leg hollow hold, or the tuck hold, you are going to hold it for 24 seconds. Now, while I say it is for 24 seconds, say you kind of struggle to go beyond 18 seconds, absolutely fine. If you're reaching failure, stop there, take a break. 18 seconds is better than getting injured trying to do 24 seconds. Right? So wherever you feel like you're done, go ahead, stop. Okay, we've got about 45 seconds before we actually start with the set. Remember, 3 sets. Every 3 minutes, we start with a new set. Reverse Nordic curls and our hollow hold. Hollow hold is for your core. Reverse Nordic curl is for your knees. Alright? 30 more seconds. $20 seconds. And starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Alright, time for the hollow hold. Took almost a minute to finish the Nordic curls, and let's get done with the hollow hold now. And go. 24 seconds, guys. Remember, beginners do whatever Simran is showing, advanced athletes do whatever I am doing, and if you are just starting, then go ahead and do the single leg hollow hold as well. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Alright, trust me, hollow hold is very, very difficult if you do it right. It's supremely effective, much more effective than any form of sit-up, crunches, leg raises that you can talk about. Hollow hold is probably only movement which engages the tip of your hair strands till the tip of your toenails. Every single part of your body gets engaged when you do it right. Okay, 45 seconds, and I don't think either of us are in a position to stand up and move, but we'll definitely try after the next set. Just trying to sit down to relax our quadriceps a little bit. Simran is going to just try and do the intermediate version this time. Beginners, you just saw him sit down on your ankles and stand up. He's doing the intermediate version, but he's going to use the bench as the cue for him to stop when he's going back in the reverse Nordic thing, right? 15 seconds to go. Alright, 10 seconds. And 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 4, last 3, 3, 2, and 1. Alright, we're going to get ready for the hollow hold. I'm going to stick to the intermediate version this time. You stick to the tuck hold. Alright, and 3, 2, 1, let's go. Starting with the tuck hold, get one leg out and hold. And I'm going to switch sides now because it's 12 seconds up. And 3, 2, 1, and relax. And like I said, I'm going to try and walk because the more you stay static, there's no blood flowing into the muscles, and the moment you start walking, you'll feel that much blood flowing into the muscles. Just helps you in recovery. All right, 15 seconds. And starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. And it's time for our hollow hold. Just going to lie down. And we begin in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Hold. Intermediate, get one leg out. Beginners, follow what Simran is doing. Almost there. 10 more seconds. Hang in there, hang in there. And time. All right. Okay. We're going to use this time. Sit down, close our eyes, and do some deep breathing for a minute before we actually get started with our breath work for this week. Right? Just close your eyes, inhale from your nose and exhale from your nose as well. If you want some guidance, place your palm on your belly. Every time you inhale, your belly should expand. Every time you exhale, your belly should go in. Slowly keep breathing. Let your heart rate come down. Okay. Now we're going to start with something called Bhramari Pranayam. So I want you to join the last 3 fingers, place them on your eyes. Okay, take your index finger, you can actually watch me and Simran first. Take your index finger, place them on your forehead, and take your thumb finger and close your ears with that. Right? Inhale, and when you exhale, create a humming sound while you exhale. Let's do it for 5 more times. Slowly rub your palms and place them on your eyes. Alright, that brings us to the end of our workout. We just left with the cool down. Let's quickly get started with that. And while we do that, we can chit chat a little more. Okay. So the first stretch is, because we've done a lower body workout, we're going to do something called the knife to hamstring. Well, almost everything is same for both beginners, intermediates and advanced. Just that intermediates and advanced try and squeeze your bum before you start the movement. Beginners, you don't need to focus on that. That might be way too much. So what you're going to do is, intermediate, squeeze your bum. Beginners, after that, push your knee forward. When you do that, you're going to feel a stretch in the back leg. Right? That is where. From there, come all the way back. Intermediates and advanced people, keep your knees straight, toes pointed up. Beginners, you can go back and sit down on your ankles if you want. That way. Alright? From there, come back to the starting point. We'll do this 30 seconds each side. Let's start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Squeeze, lean back, and reset. Okay? Beginners, because you're going to sit down, follow Simran. Intermediate and advanced athletes, because you're not sitting down, you can follow. Right? 10 more seconds. And that's 30 seconds. You're going to move to the opposite side. Again, notice how the heel is slightly ahead of the knee. And then let's go. Squeeze, lean forward, lean back, and reset. Squeeze, lean forward, lean back. Also, if intermediates and advanced, if you can't keep your knees locked, absolutely fine. Just follow what Simran is doing. Go back, sit down on your ankles, and that should give you a very good stretch in your hamstrings. One more rep, and we should be good. Excellent. Lovely. Okay, that was 60 seconds of this stretch, 30 seconds each side. The next stretch is going to be what we call the figure 4. So, lie down into your glute bridge position. And from there, first get one ankle on the other knee. I think Simran is also going to do the same thing. Yeah, he's going to do it on the chair, so that anybody who can't do it on the floor, if you find it hard to pull, you can also do this. Like I did, ankle on the opposite knee, same thing Simran is doing in the seated position. Get your ankles, get your palms from inside your feet, grab your hamstring and pull the hamstring towards your chest. All those who are doing it seated, press the knee downwards and try and get your forehead to the opposite toe. Toe, toe, toe. And let's hold it for 30 seconds. Make sure your lower back is in contact with the floor. All those who are doing it lying down and all those who are doing it seated, the closer you get towards your toes, the better the stretch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Same thing, we do it on the opposite side. Grab your hamstrings and pull. Hold. Ten more seconds. And that's 30 seconds each side on the figure 4 as well. Alright, the next stretch is what we call the frog pose, right? I'm going to be showing it from the front side, Simran is going to be showing it from the side angle. So very simple, get down on your knees, slide your knees out as much as you can so that the inner portion of the knee is touching the floor. Okay, notice how my ankles are in line with my hips, in my knees, and notice how the hips are in line with his knees. Simran, take your hips slightly back. That's how you want to keep your hips in line with your knees. From that position, just drop your elbows down. If you can't drop your elbows down, beginners, you can also keep your palms down on the floor as well. Right? This also works if dropping the elbows down is way too hard for you. And we do this for 30 seconds, of which 10 are already done. Keep breathing. Last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right. And one last stretch for the day. The one that we did right in the beginning as a part of our mobility, downward dog to cobra. We repeat that for 60 seconds in the end. So roughly it takes about 6 seconds to do one rep. So 60 seconds or 10 reps, whichever is more kind of makes more better sense for you. Go ahead and do that. But that's going to be our last stretch for the day. So starting from the high plank, raise your hips up, drop your heels down, push your chest towards the knees, come back to a cobra. That's one. Go back, repeat the downward dog to cobra. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And that is 10. All right. That brings us to the end of today's session. Well done, Simran. I think that was a wonderful lower body session. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you guys too did enjoy it as much as we did. Of course, it doesn't take away the fact that it was hard. It actually got our muscles really fired up, and it's going to show up in the days to come, right? But that's what we are here for. Show up every day, try and make working out a habit, and then kind of manage or prevent lifestyle diseases, right? On that note, it's goodbye from our end. We'll see you on the other side with another workout pretty soon. Until then, stay fit, stay healthy, and stick to the basics.